Back when I was around 20, weekends didn't feel relaxing at all. They actually made me uneasy. All my friends were letting loose. Some were getting high. Others were drinking hard. And plenty of them were waking up next to people they'd just met the night before. While all that was happening, I was sitting there stressed, thinking about the trades I might miss once the new week started. My mind kept looping. If I wasn't watching the charts, if I didn't mark them up, if price moved without me, then I'd have to wait another full week. That what if cycle never stopped? You might relate to that. In fact, it might even feel heavier for you because you're learning from me. I talk about many ways to enter trades, different conditions, different setups, multiple paths that all seem valid. On paper, it looks like endless opportunity, but that same abundance creates confusion. You start asking yourself which one fits you best, and that question is costly because no one can answer it for you. That part has to be figured out personally. Your life plays a big role in that decision. Maybe you're in school. Maybe you're working full-time. Maybe you've got family responsibilities. You might only have a narrow window during the day, or even just one specific day a week where trading is possible. And during that limited time, everything has to happen. I can't give a precise solution for that situation. The market offers plenty of opportunity, but if you box yourself into a tiny window where you can't breathe as a trader, changes have to happen. Either your personal schedule becomes more flexible, or trading gets postponed until life allows it. That doesn't mean you stop learning. You can still study past price action, but active trading may need to wait. When I first started, the fear of missing the next move drove everything I did. That anxiety pushed me to try to plan ahead, so I wouldn't constantly feel behind. The problem was, I didn't even understand what a real setup looked like yet. I was completely dependent on indicators. I believed I had to wait for a signal to tell me what to do. At the time, I was driving a truck for work. All I could see were raw price numbers on a quote device. No indicators. No overbought or oversold signals. No divergence readings. Eventually, I learned about classic divergence. When price makes a lower low, but the indicator doesn't, or price pushes higher while the indicator fails to confirm. That basic type 1 divergence became my entire strategy. I traded it on an hourly chart with a 50-period moving average. That was it. Nothing fancy. And during a mostly bullish market, buying oversold conditions like that worked surprisingly well. That early success wasn't skill, it was simplicity. I only did one thing. I didn't even consider shorting because I didn't understand it. But just like you, I had limits. Work hours, responsibilities, life obligations. I couldn't always be at the charts when the signal appeared. That became a serious problem. I fought with it constantly. I tried modifying things, adjusting timing, finding shortcuts. Every time I tested those tweaks with real money, I lost. Every attempt to crack the absent trader problem failed. Eventually, I realized I needed to change how I studied the market. Instead of counting how often indicators appeared, I started focusing on when price itself tended to deliver moves. I stopped asking how many times a signal formed and started asking when price typically ran. A lot of traders do the same thing. You backtest, you gather examples, and you get excited seeing how often something worked. You convince yourself that even if you execute imperfectly, the odds are still in your favor. I did that too. I justified sloppy execution by pointing at statistics. What I hadn't done was define how often I could actually be present. That part has to be solved ahead of time, or trading becomes pure stress. If you're in a relationship and your partner isn't convinced this will work, they won't support it emotionally. They haven't seen the consistency yet. They haven't watched you replace income over time. So they don't share the same belief you're trying to build. Staying focused under those conditions is incredibly hard. I paid a heavy price learning that. That's when my perspective shifted. I stopped chasing indicator frequency and started studying price delivery timing. I looked at when markets repeatedly created moves, not perfectly, not every single time, but often enough to matter. Certain days, certain weeks, certain periods that showed up again and again. That shift gave me a massive edge. It also gave me energy. I was working 13-hour days, driving long routes, sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, fueled by soda instead of sleep. I pushed through work as fast as I could, not because the job ended sooner, but because I couldn't wait to get home and study the charts. I even tracked price on a small handheld quote device taped to my windshield while delivering products all day. Everything changed when I realized my only real job was timing. I needed to be present when price was most likely to move. That discovery came after chasing every educator, every book, every new system, every so-called breakthrough. I fell for hype, testimonials, promises. It worked back then. Today, it's just noise. If you truly absorb what I'm sharing, you won't feel the need to chase anyone else. You'll eventually realize you already have what you need. Trading isn't complicated, but we make it hard by getting in our own way. I did. I wanted perfection. I hated losing. I wanted a flawless equity curve. I believed I could catch everything. That mindset wasn't realistic, but early luck made me believe it. I told myself I had it all figured out. Then the market shifted, and nothing worked anymore. Weekends became miserable. I worked all week for little money, then spent my free time stressed. If that sounds familiar, here's the reminder. You're overloading yourself mentally. You don't control when clarity arrives. You only create space for it. Stay consistent. Even 30 minutes a day matters. Study past price, but focus on when it moved. Certain months, certain weeks, certain days. Patterns exist in time, not just indicators. When I first heard that concept from Larry Williams, it clicked instantly. That understanding alone explained how someone could turn a small account into millions, because timing changes everything.